Oh man, check this out. This is my smoked Italian sausage Parmesan sandwich. It's incredibly delicious, spicy Italian sausage. We have lots of cheese on there, a bunch of Parmesan, some crispy Panko up on top, marinara sauce, an absolute delight. Come along for the ride. Hey now, today I'm going to make my smoked Italian sausage Parmesan sandwich. Now, notice I'm saying Parmesan and not Parmigiana. It's because I am not Italian and I don't want to screw up that pronunciation any more than I just did. Now, this is an incredibly delicious sandwich. It's got hot Italian sausage. It's got cheese. It's got marinara sauce. It's got breadcrumbs. It's got some nice smokiness to it. And it's all in a handy delivery system of a sandwich. So let's do it. First off, let's get our marinara sauce going. First, I'm going to cut up half of a yellow onion. I got 3 decent sized peeled garlic cloves here. It's going to cut off the little ends and give them a press. I'm going to just cut up here 4 nice big basil leaves and 1 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. I'm just going to hand crush them. With this sauce, you could leave it a little bit chunkier if you want, which is what I'm going to do. A person could also take an immersion blender or even just a blender to it or a food processor later on and get it completely smooth, but I'm going to like it a little bit chunkier. In a nice heavy bottom saucepan, we're going to throw a little bit of olive oil. We'll get our onions in there. Give them a bit of a head start on the garlic. After a minute, we'll get our garlic in. After another minute, we'll add our tomatoes. And then we'll add our herbs. So we'll get our basil in there. And some thyme. I'll just strip that off into there. And now I've got my secret ingredient, some of my dehydrated peppermint. Get that in there. Throw in about a half teaspoon of some kosher salt. Then I'm going to reduce the heat down here from a medium low to just a nice simmer and let this sit for about half an hour, just stirring occasionally. If you prefer a different type of marinara sauce or some other kind of pasta sauce on this, even just your favorite one from the grocery store, you can definitely use that and it will be amazing. While our sauce is simmering and I've got my smoker fired up, nice and warm, I'm just going to deal with some more basil here so we can make our compound butter. So I have 5 leaves here. Some nice fresh basil. So we'll add all our basil. Quite a few more sprigs here of some fresh thyme. Once again, just stripping them clean. We'll get in some nice softened butter here. This is about a half cup. Then I'll add a little bit of kosher salt, some fresh cracked pepper, as well as some of my red habanero, garlic, and our bold chili blend for a little bit of kick. And lastly, just a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Now you could just use straight butter for this particular step if you wanted, or you can make compound butter however you like it with your favorite herbs and spices. Ooh, we got some nice flavorful butter right there. Now in case I haven't mentioned, I'm eating dinner alone. I'm by myself. My family is all taken off. They're out of the city. It's just me tonight, but I'm gonna treat myself with this anyway. Now, because of that, I've got this baguette here, just this tiny, cute little, perfectly average sized baguette. Okay, and this is what I'm gonna make this on here. If you're making this for a larger group, go ahead and get as many baguettes, much longer ones, as you want there and have at it. I'm just gonna use this one here. Now with this sweet sausage delivery system, I'm just going to cut off the very top of the baguette. I'm not doing this in half, it's just the top, which is going to grant me access. You can see here the difference. It's going to grant me access to the inside of this baguette. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out a bunch of this sweet, delicious bread. I am going to eat it all. This is going to give us room for all of the amazing filling that we're going to have here. Now if you get yourself a really nice baguette, you'll have a nice crispy exterior here, and the inside will be nice and soft enough that it's really quite easy to hollow this out exactly how you want, and you're just left with just a delicious bread canoe here. And we're going to fill this up here right away. Now that I have my bread canoe, I'm going to take a good chunk of this butter here and Just using whatever seems to be the easiest tool to use. We're going to spread and coat the entire interior of this with that sweet, sweet, flavorful compound butter. So out of that, I still have this much butter left, which we're going to need here in a minute. And the trick here is to get butter everywhere, but not have it so thick that it's going to wind up just being a giant swimming pool of butter. Although, I mean, honestly, that does sound pretty fun. Meanwhile, I'm melting a heaping tablespoon of that compound butter in this pan. Into that, I'm going to add a half cup of some Panko breadcrumbs. Just get these coated in that butter and toasted up here a little bit. That really took very little time. I only gave this about 30 seconds after I added the breadcrumbs here because they are going to be going into the smoker as well, and I don't want them to get too crispy too soon. After 35 minutes of simmering, I'm happy with this sauce here. I did wind up adding about a half teaspoon of just some white sugar to help balance out the acidity of those tomatoes, and I did give it just a touch of my red habanero, garlic, and our bold chili blend, just for a touch of kick. Now we're just going to put this aside and wait until we're ready. All right, my Pit Boss 700 FB is fired up at 400 degrees Fahrenheit here. Whew, smoky on the inside. Probably time to clean out that foil. However, we're going to go just like this, and we're going to pop that bun onto there with just the butter and let it sit here for a little bit. After 5 minutes at 400 degrees, I'm going to pull off this baguette, take it back inside. Ooh, and here's our baguette. Now it's time to start topping this with some awesome stuff. Provolone cheese would be an excellent option at this point. However, I have a ton of these nice creamy Havarti slices, so I'm going to pop those in. Just going to fold them over just a little bit so it's not dangling over the edge of the baguette and causing trouble inside the smoker. Get 3 of those slices in here, just like that. Then I have a whole bunch of this fresh grated Parmesan cheese. It's got to be at least 3 heaping tablespoons of that in here. Now that we have that bed of cheese in there, it's time for our hot Italian sausage. So I'm just going to slice open 2 rather sizable links of this. And now I'm going to take the sausage, I'm going to pack it right into the baguette here. Now you could play around with this and do all sorts of different flavor profiles. I'm obviously going quite Italian with this because I'm trying to pull off this smoked Italian sausage Parmigiana. See, I told you I wasn't going to do that, but there I go with it. But other sausages, other flavor combinations would work very well as well. Okay, there we go. Nicely packed. We got all tightly in there. Let's get back out to the smoker. Still at 400 degrees. I'm going to take that and just plunk it down. I'm actually going to do this right here. We want to sear what is going to be the top of our Parmesan. And it's a little bit hotter on the left side than the right, so we'll let it sear up like that. Now this might be the trickiest part. It's been 5 minutes. I want to make sure not to like overdo that one side. We do want to get a little bit of a sear on it there. Okay, I might just give that another minute. Okay, it's been 6 minutes. This is probably the trickiest part because you can't really see what's going on that underside. I'm going to get just a little bit of a sear on there. I think that's going to be lovely. So I'm just going to pop this over here, close that lid back up, and let it continue to cook. Just over 15 minutes later, I'm going to pop this off of here temporarily, take it inside, load it up. Now before this gets too cooled down, let's load it up. I'm going to throw in a little bit of this Parmesan. I'll spoon on some of this marinara sauce. Oh, yeah, it's nice and thick. That's perfect for this. It's not just going to run right off. Throw in a little bit more of that Parmesan. And let's cake it with some of these breadcrumbs here. And more Parmesan. Okay, I bought more Parmesan than I needed, all right? So I'm going to use some of it up. All right, back out to the smoker. Back out here, we're still rocking at 400 degrees. Pop this on, let it keep cooking. 6 minutes later, here we are. At this point, it's just a matter of getting it so that it looks like it's exactly how you want to eat it. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get this inside. Now, I think the hardest part of this was actually actually waiting for this to cool down just a little bit. I didn't want to immediately cut into it and try to put it into my face because it would probably burn me and then we'd have a bad time. So now I'm just going to slice into this here. Check that out. Got all that sausage. Got the cheese, you got the sauce, all that parm, yes. Now I had to bring this into some better lighting here because honestly, the kitchen lights were simply not doing this justice. This is gorgeous. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I can't wait, let's eat. Here we go. I'm telling you, this is absolutely incredible. Honestly, I'm having a hard time stopping eating just so I can explain exactly how good this is. So we've got that delicious spicy Italian sausage in there, and it's just nice and soft and still just so moist, but fully cooked, which is great. We've got that compound butter in there. We have all those herbs. We've got the basil. We have the thyme. We've got garlic in here with the marinara sauce, as well as just more of those herbs. We have the nice acidity coming out of those tomatoes, just perhaps a hint of sweetness coming out of that sauce, as well as that balsamic vinegar that was in the compound butter. We just have so many great flavors going on here. And then it's all nicely contained inside that baguette. And I mean, this one here, it's been a few minutes since I've cut it. And look, it's still all just hanging out in there, not falling out. Perfect delivery system. And it's crispy. It looks just a touch black on the bottom, but it does not taste burnt at all. It's just fully smoked. And it's nice. And listen, let's do this. Nice and contained. It's not getting soggy, even with the butter and the sausage in there. One key to this is having it flipped over once you initially have that sausage in there, because in addition to getting a little bit of a sear on that sausage, you're also getting some of that fat just to sort of drip out, and so you don't wind up with quite as much inside of this. But this is not wet, it's not waterlogged, it's not greasy. And the Parmesan, a little crispy panko with more of that butter on there. It's just layer after layer. This is an absolute freaking delight. You need to give this a whirl. If you do, please let me know if you follow this exactly, if you tried to tweak something, if you had a different process of actually cooking it, because I want to know more. We got to make more of these. And until next time, keep your meat delivery systems at 11.